We often hear these whispers about changing our lives just by, well, changing our thoughts,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to money.
Mm-hmm.
So today, we're diving deep into something you might have bumped into. Money affirmations.
Right.
Can just repeating phrases about wealth actually impact your financial reality? It feels like there's maybe got to be more to it than just positive thinking, right?
Exactly. That's the big question, isn't it?
So that's what we're here to explore.
Precisely. It's that really intriguing idea. Can these positive statements go beyond just like wishful thinking and create actual tangible changes?
Yeah.
So for this deep dive, our mission really is to examine the mechanisms, what might be going on underneath, and also look at some pretty compelling stories
Okay.
to help listeners understand if and maybe how these money affirmations could actually work in shaping your financial life, give you some real food for thought.
Okay, so let's get specific then. When we talk about money affirmations, what are we really getting at? What does that look like?
Well, put simply, money affirmations are these positive statements that you consciously repeat to yourself.
Okay.
And they focus specifically on your beliefs and your attitudes towards wealth,
Wow.
towards abundance.
Right.
The idea behind it is that by consistently, engaging with these statements, you can start to reshape some of those deep-seated beliefs you might have about money, often subconscious ones.
Ah, okay. So moving away from scarcity, maybe.
Exactly. Instead of operating from that perhaps scarcity or limitation mindset, you start cultivating one that's more aligned with prosperity, with opportunity.
It's like trying to, I don't know, reprogram your internal money script.
That's a good way to put it.
But, I mean, is there any solid ground here? Can just saying something over and over actually change how we think and then, crucially, how we act with our finances?
Well, what's really interesting is that research, in fields like cognitive psychology and neuroscience, it does offer some compelling insights.
Yeah.
The study suggests that regularly using affirmations can actually lead to changes in brain activity. It can potentially reduce stress responses and even boost emotional resilience. Think of it maybe like a form of mental training.
Okay, mental training.
Yeah, you're gradually influencing your dominant thought patterns. And those patterns, in turn, affect how you see and interact with the world, including your financial world.
So it's not just a superficial pep talk then.
Yeah.
There's maybe a deeper neurological thing happening.
Precisely, yeah. Consider the reticular activating system, the RAS in your brain.
The RAS, okay, I've heard of that. Isn't that like a filter?
Sort of, yeah. You can think of it a bit like a spotlight. It focuses your attention on what your brain decides is important.
Right.
So when you consistently repeat money affirmations, you're essentially training your RAS. You're telling it to prioritize information related to financial opportunities, to abundance.
So if I'm saying, like, I'm open to new income streams.
Exactly. Your brain might become more attuned to noticing potential opportunities that fit that description. Maybe a side hustle idea pops up, or you notice a connection you hadn't before, or just a different way to use your skills.
Ah, okay. Things that might have just flown under the radar otherwise.
Totally. They might have just gone unnoticed before.
So it's less about, I don't know, magically creating opportunities out of thin air.
Right, less magic.
And more about sharpening our awareness of what's maybe already there.
That's a really key distinction, I think. It's about priming your mind, making it more receptive, more alert to possibilities that actually line up with your financial goals.
Okay.
And, if we connect this to broader research, there was a study in the Journal of Consumer Psychology. It found that people with a generally more positive mindset about money, they tend to make more considered and effective financial decisions, better decisions. Yeah. So it suggests that cultivating that positive internal narrative, maybe through affirmations, isn't just about feeling good. It could actually translate into practical, beneficial financial behaviors.
Okay, so there's some interesting science pointing towards a potential impact, at least on mindset and decision-making. But what happens, out there in the real world? Have people actually seen tangible financial shifts from doing this?
Right. This is where we move from the theory to, well, the application. And some of the stories are certainly thought-provoking.
Okay. I'm curious now. Tell me more.
Well, we came across one account from someone online who really committed to it. They consistently repeated affirmations focused on wealth for about 90 days.
90 days. Okay, that's commitment.
It is. And their main affirmation was something like, I am a magnet for wealth. And they paired this with regular visualization, too.
Visualization, like picturing it.
Yeah, picturing their financial goals as if they'd already happened. And interestingly, they reported a whole series of unexpected opportunities popping up during that time.
Like what kind of opportunities?
Things like a chance investment that paid off well, a lucrative freelance project they weren't expecting, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it ultimately led to them claiming they manifested around $250,000.
Whoa. $250,000.
Yeah.
That's a really specific and frankly huge outcome. It almost sounds,
Ooh, good to be true.
yeah, a little bit. What are we supposed to make of stories like that?
And that's fair. It's absolutely crucial to keep a balanced perspective, right?
Mhm.
Individual experiences vary wildly, and you can't definitively say it was only the affirmation.
Right. Correlation isn't causation and all that.
Exactly. But the reported alignment between their focused affirmations and these opportunities popping up, that's the compelling part.
Mm.
It suggests that maybe the consistent mental focus played some role, perhaps in their awareness, or maybe their willingness to actually act when those opportunities arose.
Okay. That makes a bit more sense.
And we also found another story, a different one, where someone reported a much faster impact, much more immediate.
Faster. How
Yeah.
fast?
They consistently repeated money affirmations, really tried to maintain a positive outlook, and claimed that within less than a day,
A day?
less than 24 hours, they manifested over 1,000 pounds from an unexpected source.
Wow. Okay, that is fast.
For them, obviously, that rapid, tangible result really hammered home their belief. It strongly reinforced the idea that the affirmations were working.
Okay, these stories definitely spark curiosity. So if someone listening is intrigued, thinking, okay, maybe I'll try this, what are the key things for making effective money affirmations? Are there like rules?
There definitely are some guiding principles, yeah. Things that seem to make affirmations resonate more and potentially be more effective.
Okay, like what?
Firstly, and this is really important, phrase them in the present tense.
Present tense. As if it's already true.
Exactly. You want to affirm what you are now or what is happening now. So instead of, I will be financially secure, which puts it in the future,
Right.
a more impactful one would be, I am financially secure, or maybe I am now attracting financial security.
That makes intuitive sense, actually.
Yeah.
It's about stepping into the feeling of already having it, I guess.
Precisely. That's a huge part of it. Secondly, your affirmations should be positive and ideally specific.
Positive and specific. Okay.
Focus on the outcomes you want to create, not what you're trying to get away from. So rather than, I am no longer in debt.
Which focuses on the debt.
Right. Try something like, I am financially abundant and debt-free. Or, my income constantly exceeds my expenses. See the difference? It focuses on the positive state.
Got it. Focus on the desired outcome. What else?
Thirdly, consistency. This is paramount. Just doing it once or twice won't cut it. Integrating the repetition into your daily routine is really crucial for them to, take root.
Daily routine. Makes sense.
And finally, a really powerful technique is combining the verbal affirmations with vivid mental imagery.
The visualization thing again.
Exactly. Picture your desired financial success clearly in your mind as you say the words. Engaging your imagination like that helps reinforce the feeling and the belief that goes along with the affirmation. It makes it much stronger.
So it's not just like mindlessly chanting words. It's about creating a clear mental picture, feeling the feeling of the outcome you're affirming.
You got it.
Yeah.
That's the combination that seems most effective.
Okay. Can you give us a few concrete examples of what these might sound like?
Sure. Some effective ones could be, I'm financially free and secure.
Okay. Present tense, positive.
Or money flows to me easily and abundantly.
Like that one.
Another could be, I effortlessly attract wealth and prosperity into my life. Notice they're all present tense, positive focus, describing the state you want.
These are great examples. But, for someone with a super packed schedule, how can they realistically weave this into daily life without it just feeling like another chore on the to-do list?
That's a practical point, and there are several simple but effective ways. One really powerful approach is just starting your morning with them. As part of whatever morning routine you already have, say them while you brush your teeth, make coffee, whatever.
Set the tone for the day.
Exactly. Sets a positive financial intention right away. Another good technique is actually writing them down.
Writing them.
Yeah, take a few moments, maybe in a journal. The physical act of writing engages your brain differently. It can deepen the impact.
Interesting.
Using visual cues is also really effective for a lot of people. Put sticky notes with your affirmations where you'll see them often.
Like the bathroom mirror or the computer.
Perfect examples. Your mirror, your computer screen, maybe even a small note tucked in your wallet. Just regular reminders.
Okay.
And finally, you could try combining your affirmation practice with, say, a few minutes of quiet time or meditation.
Wow, like piggybacking onto another practice.
Yeah. It can help you get into a more focused, more receptive state of mind. It allows the affirmations to resonate a bit more deeply, perhaps.
So it's about finding these small, consistent moments throughout the day, maybe engaging multiple senses like seeing them, saying them, writing them, to really embed these affirmations.
Exactly right. It's
Yeah.
about making these positive statements a regular, integrated part of your, well, your mental landscape.
Okay. So to kind of bring this all together then, what's the key message you'd want people to take away from this deep dive on money affirmations?
I think the central idea really is that the consistent, intentional practice of money affirmations, it has this real potential to shift your mindset around finances.
Okay, the mindset shift.
And by doing that, by shifting the mindset, it may open you up to recognizing and, importantly, acting upon opportunities for greater financial well-being.
So it really does start with cultivating a different kind of internal conversation about money, doesn't it?
It truly seems to. The journey towards, well, any kind of financial improvement or abundance, it often begins with the thoughts we consistently entertain, and the beliefs we actively choose to nurture about money and our own ability to attract it.
This has given us a lot to chew on.
Mm.
It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? Like, what underlying beliefs about money might you, the listener, be holding on to? Beliefs that could maybe benefit from a conscious look and perhaps a bit of a positive shift.
Mm.
That's definitely something worth pondering long after this conversation.